God is preparing to release a monumental victory into your life. I want you to sense that truth stirring deep within your spirit right now. You might not see it yet. You might not understand the process. You may even feel unprepared, but God has already set things in motion. Something powerful is shifting in the invisible realm. The winds of favor are beginning to rise in your direction. The same God who commanded light to shine out of darkness is about to speak triumph into your story. The same God who lifted the humble, the overlooked, and turned their pain into praise is preparing to do the same for you. You've wept, you've waited, you've stayed faithful through the ache. And heaven has noticed. God hasn't overlooked your consistency. He hasn't ignored your prayers. He's been enlarging the size of your blessing to match the depth of your endurance. And when God moves, He doesn't bring ordinary victories. He brings overwhelming ones so mighty they silence doubt, hush the enemy, and leave no question about who made it happen. There are seasons when God delays not to deny you, but to develop you. Every trial, every closed door, every disappointment was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to strengthen your faith, stretch your trust, and prepare you to carry the weight of what's ahead. God doesn't release monumental winds on unstable foundations. He builds you first. He cuts away what's unnecessary. He removes the false so you can receive the authentic. And in the middle of that process, it can feel like you're forgotten, but you're not. You're being refined. When you thought His silence meant He was absent, He was actually orchestrating details, arranging people, timing, and circumstances for something far greater than you ever prayed for. God's greatest wins are not instant. They're born from quiet faithfulness, hidden endurance, and spiritual growth. You've stayed steady when others gave up. You've chosen honesty when compromise looks easier. You've walked by faith when reason said it couldn't happen, and now heaven is positioning everything in your favor. The same power that turned famine into feasting, mourning into laughter, and bondage into freedom is about to touch your life. There are blessings with your name written on them, sealed, secured, and waiting for the appointed time. And that moment is closer than you realize. When God says it's time, no adversary can stop it. No delay can block it. No force can reverse it. There comes a moment in every believer's life when God declares, enough of the testing, it's time for the triumph. That's where you stand right now on the edge of divine release. You've walked through valleys, but the mountain peak is within sight. You've sown in tears, and the season of reaping is approaching fast. God has been watching how you handled storms, how you guarded your heart, how you trusted when nothing made sense. Because faith isn't proven when life is smooth. Faith is proven when the odds are impossible, when pain surrounds you, and yet you still lift your voice and declare, God, I still trust you. That kind of faith moves heaven itself. That kind of faith attracts the Lord's favor like a divine magnet. And that kind of faith is what causes monumental victories to arrive suddenly and powerfully. There are moments in life when God steps in and interrupts everything just to remind you that He still reigns. He breaks the pattern of disappointment with waves of unexpected favor. He replaces delay with divine acceleration. He turns rejection into acceptance from heaven. Just one touch from God can transform years of struggle into a single season of triumph. You won't need to chase what God has already assigned to you. It will find you. It will overtake you. It will show up right when you least anticipate it, but most require it. When God begins to move, it's never slow. It's overwhelming. It's the kind of breakthrough that humbles your enemies and fills your eyes with tears of gratitude because you know it wasn't your ability, your wisdom, or your plan. It was God alone. Many of you have walked through long stretches of waiting and wondered why it's taken so long. You've questioned whether you somehow missed your chance. But hear this truth, God never misses timing. His delays are not denied. His preparation is not punishment. When God holds something back, it's never to deprive you, it's to ensure it's perfected for you. Some of you were ready in your spirit, but the atmosphere wasn't ready yet. Others received the opportunity too early, and if it had arrived then, it would have broken you instead of blessed you. But now, after the refining, the waiting, the silent nights, and tearful prayers, you are finally positioned for God's monumental breakthrough. The spiritual ground of your life has been tilled, and the seeds of faith are ready to produce a harvest. Because when God decides to reward His people, He never does it halfway. He restores what was lost and multiplies it beyond measure. God's victories are total. When He blesses, He doesn't just open one door, He opens many. He multiplies peace, enlarges influence, deepens joy, and strengthens purpose. The blessing isn't just about what you receive, it's about who you become in the process. Because God's purpose has never been merely to make you comfortable. His purpose is to make you fruitful, to turn your journey into a living testimony of His strength, His grace, and His unshakable faithfulness. Every tear you've cried was watering your miracle. Every season of pain was shaping your destiny. Every time you chose faith over fear, heaven recorded it. And now, those hidden sacrifices are about to be honored openly. Some people won't understand the magnitude of the blessing coming your way. They didn't witness the battles you fought behind closed doors. They didn't hear the prayers whispered in your darkest hours. They didn't see the strength it took to keep believing when everything seemed lost, but God saw. God counted every step. And when He releases your victory, it will be undeniable. This blessing will speak louder than any defense. You won't have to explain your journey or justify your process. The results will speak on your behalf. Because when God releases a monumental win, it's never subtle, it's unmistakable. It bears His fingerprint, His timing, and His glory. It silences every critic and raises the humble. There is something deeply sacred about waiting on God, because waiting purifies your motives and perfects your faith. It removes pride and teaches you to rely on His wisdom instead of your own. That's why certain blessings take time. They require the depth of maturity that only patience can produce. God's monumental victories are never wasted on hearts unprepared. He doesn't hand out diamonds to those who would treat them like pebbles. He waits until your spirit is strong enough to carry abundance with humility. He waits until you can praise Him with the same fire in abundance as you did in adversity. That's when the floodgates burst open. That's when favor overtakes you. Because God doesn't reward perfection, He rewards perseverance. He honors faith that endures the test of time. Right now, heaven is orchestrating something so powerful for you that even your past mistakes can't undo it. God is about to prove that He can use every broken piece, every missed chance, and every delayed answer for your good. What you thought was a setback was actually a setup. What looked like rejection was divine redirection. What seemed like the end was merely a reroute toward something greater. God specializes in transforming impossibilities into testimonies. The very place where you once fell will become the ground of your greatest triumph. The same people who doubted you will witness your breakthrough. And the same pain that once broke your heart will become the platform for His glory to shine. You might not feel it yet, but something is shifting right now. The spiritual atmosphere around you is changing. Doors once locked are beginning to open. Burdens are lifting. Barriers are breaking. God is setting the stage for your unveiling. You've been hidden for a purpose, but that season of hiding is ending. When God brings you forth, it will be undeniable. You won't need to force it, fake it, or fight for it. God's hand will make it happen. His favor will accomplish what your effort never could. And when He moves, it happens suddenly. The breakthrough won't arrive through gradual progress. It will come through divine intervention. You've been in the refining fire long enough. God is about to bring you out shining brighter than before. Every test has been crafting testimony. Every loss has been shaping resilience. Every unanswered prayer has been deepening your intimacy with the Almighty. And now, the fruit of your endurance is about to emerge. Don't grow weary in this final stretch. The closer you are to breakthrough, the louder the opposition becomes. The enemy shouts the most when he knows you're moments away from victory, but his noise is proof that your promise is near. Don't let fleeting frustration make you forget eternal promises. What God declared still stands. His word never returns void. If He said He would bless you, it's not a question of if, it's only a matter of when. That is when it is near. The atmosphere is pregnant with release. Heaven's timeline has your name written on it. God's timing is never premature, never delayed. It's always perfect. You're standing in the divine countdown to breakthrough. The pieces that once seemed random will begin to align. The delays that once confused you will now reveal their purpose. The pain that once felt meaningless will suddenly make sense. And in one divine moment, everything will shift. You'll look back and finally understand why you had to wait, why you had to lose certain things, and why some people couldn't remain. God was removing what couldn't follow you into the next chapter. Some people and situations were only meant for a season. They serve their purpose, but they're not meant to join you in the promotion. When God releases a monumental victory, not everyone can handle the altitude. Only those forged through patience and obedience can endure the pressure that comes with elevation. This new chapter of your life will look nothing like your past. You're about to step into a season where favor follows you everywhere you go. Opportunities will find their way to you. The right connections will align without your effort. Your name will be mentioned in rooms you've never stepped into. God will unlock doors that no human hand can shut. And when people ask how it all came to pass, you'll simply say God did it, because deep down you'll know no strategy, no manipulation, no human plan could have orchestrated it. It will be too divine to explain, too flawless to dismiss. That's how you'll recognize it as a God-sized win. Some of you have been carrying heavy burdens, financial pressures, family conflicts, health challenges, inner battles. You've felt stretched thin, weary, and close to breaking. But hear me clearly. The storm didn't come to destroy you. It came to reveal you. It came to uncover the strength that's been within you all along. You've been praying for God to end the storm, but He's been using it to build your platform. The very wind that tried to knock you down will become the force that lifts you higher. Because when God is preparing to release a massive wind, the enemy always stirs chaos before the breakthrough. Don't take the bait. Stay grounded. Stay faithful. Keep your focus on God, not on the noise. Faith doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means trusting that no matter what unfolds, God has already handled it. Some of the greatest miracles emerge right after the most painful moments. The darkest night always precedes the brightest dawn. The heaviest pressure comes right before the breakthrough. So if you've been feeling the tension build, take courage. You're closer than you think. God is about to turn the pressure into promotion. What was designed to break you will now strengthen you. And the very storm that once filled you with fear will become the story that gives others hope. God isn't just handing you a blessing, He's granting you authority. He's granting you influence. He's granting you restoration. He's preparing to return everything the enemy tried to steal: your peace, your confidence, your opportunities, and your joy. You're not just going to recover, you're going to rise. You're not just going to make it, you're going to flourish. Because when God rewards obedience, He doesn't do it partially, He does it extravagantly. He floods your life with favor until it overflows into those around you. People will look at your life and see what divine faithfulness looks like when heaven decides it's time to reward. So prepare yourself. Expect it. Declare it. Believe it. Walk as if it's already accomplished, because your faith is the bridge between waiting and winning. Stop speaking fear. Stop echoing the language of doubt. Start declaring what God has promised. The universe responds to faith. When your words come into agreement with what God has already ordained, you draw your miracle closer. This is not your time to give up. It's your time to rise up. You're standing at the edge of something extraordinary. God is arranging details you can't yet perceive. The breakthrough will come not through effort, but through surrender. When you release control and trust Him fully, His power begins where your strength stops. You've remained faithful in hidden seasons, and now God is preparing to reward you in plain sight. You've passed tests you didn't even know you were taking. You've honored God in private, and now He's getting ready to honor you publicly. The victory won't only bless your life, it will transform your surroundings. It will uplift your family, inspire your community, and ignite your faith. Because God's victories always carry divine purpose. They are never random events. They are heavenly assignments designed to reveal His greatness through your life. The blessing coming your way isn't just for your comfort, it's for His glory. The world will witness through you that faith still works, that prayer still changes reality, and that God still moves mountains. And when that moment arrives, and it will, you'll see that every hardship held meaning. Every delay carried purpose. Every tear was seen. Every prayer was stored. Every challenge was shaping you for the coming victory. The breakthrough won't just transform your situation, it will transform you. You'll walk with deeper humility, greater gratitude, and unwavering trust in God's timing. You'll stop chasing blessings because blessings will start pursuing you. You'll stop questioning the process and start thanking God for it. Because looking back, you'll realize the pain produced power, the waiting birthed wisdom, and the silence cultivated faith. Through it all, God was working quietly, patiently, and perfectly preparing the moment when He would release a victory so magnificent it would leave you in awe of His goodness forever. When God releases a monumental win, it won't fit within the boundaries of ordinary life. It will exceed logic, defy expectations, and carry such divine evidence that even skeptics will admit it had to be God. You see, when God elevates you, He does it in ways beyond human comprehension. He rearranges situations, softens hearts, opens doors, and causes events to align in your favor without human effort. There comes a moment when human striving ends and divine favor begins, and that's exactly where many of you stand right now. You've done all you could. You've prayed, you've waited, you've endured, and now it's God's turn to act. The breakthrough that's on its way won't demand effort. It will require surrender. You'll witness the very things you once chased begin to pursue you, because when God commands a blessing, nothing can stop it. Some of you have been walking through a season where nothing seemed to work. You've tried fixing, forcing, and planning, yet everything kept crumbling. But what you didn't see was that God wasn't punishing you, He was positioning you. He was removing your dependence on people and plans so that when the victory comes, there will be no doubt who deserves the glory. God's winds are designed to magnify His strength, not human pride. That's why He often waits until the odds are impossible, until all options are gone, until faith is your only foundation. Because when the miracle finally arrives, there will be no doubt about where it came from. Every closed door was divine protection. Every detour was a divine direction. Every unanswered prayer was heaven's gentle way of saying, wait, I'm creating something greater. God's timing is never random. It's intentional. Every delay is woven perfectly into destiny. The moment that seems wasted to you is sacred in His eyes. You see, God doesn't measure time the way we do. He measures readiness. And sometimes you must be stretched beyond comfort before you're prepared to receive what He's already designed. The strength you developed in silence will sustain the blessing